Investors are selling or pushing the sell button rather here with about a few minutes before the opening bell, about 12 minutes. Dow futures off more than 560 and NASDAQ futures down 158 points.
Yahoo Finance's Tom Belger is standing by over in the UK. Tom, investors also hitting the sell button on bank stocks overseas. What do you have for us?
Yeah, big story here. There's leaked documents published by several outlets around the world apparently show global banks knowingly move vast sums of illicit cash. As you say, it's been hitting bank stocks around the world. These are the so-called Fincen Files. They're a tranche of reports on suspicious transactions written by banks themselves and shared with the US Treasury Department. Some $2 trillion of transactions covered over the past 2 decades, apparently only a fraction of all of those reports. And what BuzzFeed and other outlets claim is that big banks have been moving money for drug barons, terrorists, corrupt officials. And while the reports don't prove that wrongdoing, what it's raising is big questions now about the scale of illicit cash and money flows through the financial system, the extent that banks knew or know and have continued to profit from some of these cases, even after red flags were raised, and whether really the efforts of banks and law enforcement are robust enough in clamping down on these issues. Banks, of course, saying they fully comply with the law, that they spend billions tackling economic crime in the UK. And the British government also saying they've taken robust action. Interesting claim from the US, the Bank Policy Institute too. They say you can hardly accuse banks of hiding illegal activity when banks themselves are the ones who've alerted law enforcement to that activity. And they also point out a lot of banks apparently aren't allowed legally to tell their side of this story. But HSBC stocks, Standard Chartered stocks, taking a real hit, particularly off the back of these reports.
Yeah, Tom, you never want to hear the words illicit cash and banks used in the same sentence. But switching gears here, we are seeing concerns this morning with regards to another UK lockdown.
Yeah, indeed. This isn't the only thing hitting European stocks. European stocks now on track for their worst day in 3 months. The FTSE suffering some of the most. That's off the back, as you say, of reports tomorrow. As early as tomorrow, Prime Minister Boris Johnson may impose much stricter measures because cases are rising pretty fast here, doubling every 7 days at the moment. Brian.
Tom Belger, thank you very much.